Welcome to the 2020-2021 National Honor Society Induction. We will all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The National Honor Society provides appropriate recognition for students who reflect outstanding accomplishments in the areas of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Membership is often regarded as a valid indicator that the student will succeed in life and particularly in studies at the post-secondary education level. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, last year our 2020 National Honor Society inductees never received an official induction ceremony. We will first honor their accomplishments by inducting them tonight. As your name is called, please move to the end of the row and proceed out into the lobby. Sarah Calvin. Grace Coolidge. Melody Falker. Cole Laterno. Mallory Lufkin. Jessica Malbin. Casey McMullen. Bonnie Moore. Madeline Morgan. Mia Politano. Anushka Pashur. Brian Thornton. McKenna White. please recite the National Honor Society pledge with me. I pledge to maintain highest scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy and untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall provide myself worthy of a place in the Lutra chapter of the National Honor Society. Please blow out your candles and have a seat, please. This time we'd like to award the certificates. Mr. Jeske will be handing out their certificates, so he'll resign. So, as I call your name, Sarah Calvin. Grace Coolidge. Melody Falker. Cole Letourneau. Mallory Lufkin. Jessica Malbin. Casey McMullen. Bonnie Moore. Madeline Morgan. Mia Politano. Anushka Pashore. Brian Thornton. McKenna White. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2020 class of the Lutra chapter of the National Honor Society. It is now time for me to introduce the 4 student speakers to talk about the 4 gates of the National Honor Society. This evening, speaking on behalf of character is Anushka Pashore.
From very early on in life, we are told that our true success will be measured by how well we perform in school, the quality of the university we will end up attending, and the amount of money we will end up earning, among other factors. But as we grow older, we learn that other things matter, and often even more than any of the aforementioned things. The relationships and connections we foster, the experiences we have, and most importantly, the character we build make up the latter. It is often said that our characters are made up of both our personalities and our actions. In regards to the personality portion, it often takes a monumental amount of courage for a person to truly dedicate themselves to giving precedence to their individuality. This is due to the purely human tendency to attempt to fit in, or to change ourselves in order to better match those around us. Does this suppression benefit us at all, individually or collectively? The obvious answer is no. In regards to the actions portion that plays into character, it is easy to follow similar behavior. The idea of distinguishing yourself on the basis of various actions, however beneficial to others they may be, runs the risk of highlighting yourself as a person who doesn't fit in within a society that would rather you stick to the norm. Being a person who chooses to step apart from others in order to do the right thing, no matter how small it may seem, therefore is demonstrating often mass amounts of courage. Throughout our lives, we play roles in the formation of various communities. Though this fact is acknowledged by each of us, we often do not give ourselves enough credit for our contributions to said communities. But it is a fact that a homogeneous community has no real value, and that no strength can be extracted from a group of individuals who go against the very word which defines them, which is individual, meaning that there will be no variety in strengths, interests, or aspirations of the community that they are a part of. Those that choose to foster the growth of their character, encompassing both their personality and their actions, are choosing to dedicate themselves to the betterment of both themselves and the communities that they are a part of. The rigidness of the definition of success that has been continuously pushed to the forefront of our minds ever since we were born simply does not reflect what we know to be true of our individuality. Each of us is meant to embark on different paths, have different goals, and end up in different places. But this span of differences does not imply that any are living a life more valuable than any other, or in a more successful manner. Allow yourself to discover what success truly means to you, and then go after it without any care for the societal norms that have only evolved in order to smother you. If you are continuously feeling as if success is a concept reserved only for certain individuals, reflect on the way in which you are treating your character and therefore true self. Are you allowing yourself to be unapologetically individualistic? Are you continuously seeking to do what is objectively right? As long as you are fulfilling these key parts of yourself, there is no denying that you are already successful and will always continue to be. I'm so pleased to acknowledge that each and every one of the individuals in this auditorium has given precedence to the development of their unique characters, made up of their distinct personalities and the beneficial actions they take on a daily basis. It is admirable that each of these individuals regularly goes out of their way to practice actions that exemplify kindness and compassion, therefore strengthening the academic community that we've each been a part of for 5 to 6 years now. Additionally, each of the individuals in this auditorium has a unique and vibrant personality that they have chosen to foster and that is greatly valued in our community. I have no doubt that each of us is well on our way to success, however said success may be defined. I would like to close with this quote from James Fenimore Cooper. All greatness of character is dependent on individuality. The man who has no other existence than that which he partakes in common with all around him will never have any other than an existence of mediocrity. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Anushka. At this time, I'd ask Grace Coolidge to come forward and speak of leadership.
When thinking of leadership, a word that immediately presents itself is essential. Leadership is needed for any organization to function effectively, whether that be the government, a small high school in Vermont, or anything in between. In order for progress to be made in all aspects of life, leaders are essential to developing growth. While leadership shows itself in different ways in each individual, one constant remains. Leadership in itself is unselfish, as it is a means for progress and advancement in pursuit of a common goal. A leader is not simply one who holds a place of authority. It is how one acts upon ideas and passions that makes a leader. A good leader is able to take an initial idea, revise it using the ideas of others, and then gather and lead a group of people together in pursuit of a greater good. Leadership is never inherited, nor can it be mastered. Rather, it is a fluid skill that is continuously crafted and revised. Leadership appears differently in everybody. There is no exact formula. Actions speak louder than words, and through actions, leaders gain respect. As long as the leader has the respect of the group, they do not have to speak the loudest or even stand at the front of the room. Good leaders have learned to think first and speak second. They consider the dialogue and perspective of others, making sure to reflect before responding. Great leaders listen more than speak, evoke actions which unify a group, and spark passion in a crowd. No matter how one leads, all leaders share a similar embodiment of characteristics, including integrity, motivation, decisiveness, and effective communication. A leader must have integrity in order to tell right from wrong. A leader with integrity must display a strong sense of character, holding true to commitments made, keeping promises, and understanding the differences of others. A leader must communicate honestly and openly with confidence and respect. The most powerful leaders drive followers with inspiration and motivation. They do this by making every voice feel heard and valued through encouragement. When members of the group feel valued, they will continue to engage in the thought exchange and stay motivated toward achieving the common goal. Every voice makes a difference, and a powerful leader inspires motivation by ensuring that every team member has a sense of worth and importance. The ability of a leader to make the tough decisions requires decisiveness. When tasked with difficult decisions, a good leader shows confidence in the ability to determine what is achievable, what the consequences of an action will be, and if there are alternative methods to solve the problem. After making a decision, leaders must follow through and take responsibility for their choices. Finally, the ability to communicate succinctly is necessary for proper leadership. This involves more than just sharing information. Good communication also requires attentive listening, asking questions, and valuing responses and new ideas. The ability to be an energizing and inspiring team player makes a great leader. Leading means consensus. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. These words were expressed by Martin Luther King Jr. in 1967 as he spoke at a National Labor Leadership Assembly for Peace. King is explaining that if you wait for consensus to present itself, you are not leading. A leader doesn't look to see where everybody is going and then rush to the front of the line. Instead, a leader maps out a destination, proves the merits of the journey, illuminates the pathway ahead, and then leads the group on the expedition. Molding consensus is the most crucial part of being a leader. In order to mold consensus, you must share your vision, seek input from others, and engage the group as you lead the way to the target goal. We are all here tonight because we know what it means to be a leader. We know that leadership requires dedication, courage, sacrifice, and revision. And most importantly, we recognize the value and need for leadership in this world. As we prepare to graduate from high school, either in a month or in a year, we must understand that we will always be students and learners. We will always be students of leadership because leaders are continually evolving and growing through experiences and feedback. As we go forth to lead in the greater world beyond high school, we must have a clear vision of a world that does not yet exist, but a world that could and should exist. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." It is our charge to articulate our vision of a brighter future, to inspire others to see what could be, and help build the world we wish to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Now Madeline Morgan will come speak of service.
Good evening and congratulations to you all on your acceptance into the National Honor Society. You all worked hard to get here today. You all demonstrated 4 values that you use in your day-to-day life, and we are honoring those values tonight. Not only have you shown character, leadership, and scholarship, values that you often use to better yourself, but also service. All these values have overlap with each other and can be shown in different ways, although tonight I'm going to be talking about service. But what exactly is service? One could say service is helping someone else, but to me it's much deeper than that. Service is caring for someone. Service is kindness and empathy. Service is seeing someone who's having a bad day and making it better. Service is love. We show love for our siblings, our parents, our neighbors, our country, the whole world. It's an innate instinct in each and every one of us. It's a part of human nature to help each other through compassion and empathy. Every day, we are compelled to help at least one person. It's something that unites us all. Today, we definitely know a thing or two about contagion and how quickly things can spread. However, service is one of the only contagious things that we love to spread, and that's good. I'm sure you've all seen a video at one point or even done it yourself, where someone pays for the person behind them at the drive-thru or helps someone carry something that they're clearly struggling with. Often, that act of kindness and service will inspire them to do an act of service later in the day. And that person they help will also be inspired. The act of service is contagious. People feel good when they help others because they know that the other person also feels good. This is the power of empathy and service. It creates a long chain of acts of kindness and service to others, and eventually it may even come back to you. As Maya Angelou said, when we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. Service can inspire others to take leadership, attain scholarship, and build character. Kindness is one of the most important tools for learning and self-improvement, not only in yourself, but in others. Like I said, you caring about others can inspire others to do the same. It shows leadership by taking initiative to help others, and when others do the same, they also learn something about the power of leadership. Often, when you help others, your knowledge about a specific problem and finding a solution, this can inspire others to search for knowledge themselves, spreading the passion for scholarship. The world has so often been changed by service. Nothing meaningful has ever been done without service and selflessness. Selfishness is the largest downfall in history. When someone is selfless, they complete an act that is made to help other people and possibly be even detrimental themselves. It's one of the bravest acts a person can do, and it's something that everyone has the opportunity to do every day. This selfless act doesn't have to be something out of a movie. You don't have to sacrifice your life to turn off the reactor on a spaceship to save your crew. It can be something as simple as going out of your way to make sure that someone gets home safely, or paying for someone else's meal. Service is a simple but meaningful virtue that we can embody every day. Just because we made it to where we are today doesn't mean we can throw it out. Service is what structures humanity. It's what makes us human, alive. So when you leave here tonight, continue being human. Hold the door as you exit, and don't ever stop helping your fellow humans. We can all use a little kindness. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.
Thank you. And finally, Mia Politano will speak of scholarship.
Of the 4 pillars or gates of Otter Valley's National Honor Society chapter, scholarship is unique because of its more definite nature. In order to qualify for the application to be inducted in the National Honor Society, students had to meet the minimum GPA requirement of 88. The select few who have qualified and now been accepted have put in the work to define themselves as a true scholar, rather than simply a student of Otter Valley. However, a GPA of 88 does not necessarily define a scholar. The students in this room who are being inducted tonight have gone above and beyond that threshold. These students have continuously displayed a relentless commitment and dedication to their studies. Their undeniable effort and ambition to expand their knowledge has earned them their place in this prestigious honor society. Excellence in scholarship is not something that someone is born with. Rather, is molded and shaped through consistent diligence and the desire to reach levels of achievement beyond what was previously thought possible. This is where growth takes place, where for many of us, the pursuit of knowledge is never ending. Although, in this never-ending pursuit of knowledge, it is imperative that I also highlight the importance of balance. Being a scholar does not mean that you have to spend all hours of the day and night tirelessly studying to achieve that perfect GPA. I have found that putting additional time into my passions has helped me find some sort of balance throughout my high school experience. Being a 4-sport athlete, I've always been busy after school at practices or games. Having that allotted time away from my studies in the end has allowed me to better focus on my academics. Additionally, spending time with my family provides a great outlet from the stresses of homework and other schoolwork. These are some of the main reasons why I decided to stay close to home and continue athletics in college. It took a lot of trial and error for me to find what works for me and what makes me feel most balanced in my life. I've tried about all of the activities offered at school at one point or another. Once I zeroed in on what I found were best for me, I've enjoyed school and my day-to-day life much more. Relating this to real life outside of school, Steve Jobs wrote some inspiring words while lying on his deathbed. Even though he isn't the most scholarly figure, having dropped out of college, he is well known as a very successful businessman. Here are some of the things that he had to say while reflecting on his own life. I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In others' eyes, my life is an epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy. In the end, wealth is only a fact of life that I'm accustomed to. The wealth I have won in my life I cannot bring with me. What I can bring is only the memories precipitated by love. That's the true riches which will follow you, accompany you, giving you strength and light to go on. Love can travel 1,000 miles. Life has no limit. Go where you want to go. Reach the height you want to reach. It is all in your heart and in your hands. You can employ someone to drive the car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone to bear the sickness for you. Material things lost can be found, but there is one thing that can never be found when it is lost: life. Therefore, I strongly urge everyone to find and pursue your passions so you can appreciate all of the unique and beautiful things that life has to offer. Don't get caught up or burnt out striving for something one-dimensional. Do everything you can dream to do to make yourself happy and find fulfillment. You have just one life to live, and while gaining knowledge and having scholarship is one important and rewarding aspect, it isn't at all what life has to offer. Luckily, those who possess the inherent qualities of scholarship have the foundation and tools to exemplify aspects of the other 3 gates of the National Honor Society: leadership, character, and service. Take advantage of the experiences and values you have, which have all accumulated to where you are today. One takeaway I'll leave you with from my section, talking about scholarship, is to remember that great fulfillment in life can be found through the combination of pursuing knowledge and, most importantly, fueling your passions.
Thank you all for speaking so eloquently about the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society. At this time, we are going to introduce the 2021 members of the National Honor Society. As the 2020 exit the stage, making room for the 2021. So it is now time to introduce to all of you the new incoming class of 2021 inductees. As your name is called, please move to the end of the row and wait for an escort to take you from the auditorium into the lobby. Hayden Bernhardt. Colette Boynton. Marissa Connors. Olivia DePady. Jamie Doobie Bordeaux. Brittany Jackson. Alice Keith. Olivia Sue Keith. Anna Kerr. Maggie Loisel. Frazier Pierpont. Joanna Ray. Gunnar Tinsman. Parker Todd. Kieran Williams. I would ask that the 2021 inductees recite the National Honor Society pledge. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy an untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously, to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall provide myself worthy of a place in the Lutra chapter of the National Honor Society. You now blow out your candles and take a seat. I will call your name and you'll come forward to receive your certificate. From Mr. Jeske. Hayden Bernhardt. Colette Boynton. Marissa Connors. Olivia DePady. Jamie Duby Bordeaux. Brittany Jackson. Alice Keith. Olivia Sue Keith. Anna Kerr. Maggie Loisel. Frazier Pierpont. Joanna Ray. Gunnar Tinsman. Parker Todd. Kieran Williams. Congratulations to the newest members of the National Honor Society. I want to thank you all for participating in this event tonight. It certainly is nice to have you all in one place like this. Thank you to everyone who's been taking part in the live stream. All of our students that have been inducted tonight will now be photographed by our local photographer, Mr. Paul Gamba, and he'll be contacting you, or you can contact him if you want any individual and group pictures of tonight's event. Otter Valley is sponsoring that, so please contact him to get these pictures from this special night. I'd like to thank Mr. Hull for making sure that this live streaming event could occur. I'd like to thank Ms. Robert and Ms. King for helping out this evening. As many of you know, Ms. Robert will be retiring after this year, and this will be her last National Honor Society at Otter Valley. And of course, thank you, Mr. Jeske, for being the advisor of the National Honor Society and for coordinating this event. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody, and thank you very much.